What's up, guys? Now, it's honestly been forever since I even said those words. It really has been. A lot of people probably wondering what happened, where I was, where I am, all this kind of stuff. Um, I wanted to do this video a lot sooner, but it's just this kind of year for me. So I'm only doing this video for the few people who always supported me and, are always there for me. Um, the few who really deserve it because they were always there on my side, and without you guys, there wouldn't have been a channel in the first place. So I know a bunch of you are probably wondering, like, oh, I'm gonna come back and waiting for me to come back and all sorts of stuff like that. So I figured to make this video and explain the whole year for me, because I always try to keep it real with you guys and share as much as I could with me because it's if it affects me, then it affects the channel for you guys, and you guys are a part of it. And honestly, like I was always open about just being a regular person online because I was always tired of YouTubers that were just fake, pretending they're happy 24/7 when life is nothing like that. And I'm not saying to be depressed all the time, like I probably was on videos. I mean, I don't know. I made so many videos, like over 1,000, that I can't remember how I did them anymore. So I always try to be like, I wanted to be like a regular person that everyone can expect, because everyone lives through their own life, has their own things, and when you meet someone that's you can relate to, then it really changes your perspective. And I still don't know to this day why people wanted to watch me do videos. Probably was just to blow all the money that I used to do. I don't know, like I never thought of myself as highly as a person, and I really feel like I have nothing to offer. But for 20,000 of you guys and 7 million views across all my videos, you guys really surprised me. Uh, but before I get into the video, I mean, obviously it's not really gonna be gameplay. Just to give you guys an update, a heads up, whatever it may be. Always my videos are as long as movies. Uh, I guess, I mean, you could say that the video is an atonement, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. But there's a lot of stuff to talk about. So I might as well begin from the beginning. So, 2019. Uh, oh yeah, before I get to that, I mean, there's always been. Nah, let me just start it. 2019. So, January rolls around. My December was good. At the time, I spent time with my girlfriend, Aki, and in person. So it was nice. Probably the best time I ever had in my life, to be honest. And then going into January, 3K Madara was finished. I ended up with 150K ingots throughout that month from recharging. Had all these plans to do gameplays and all sorts of stuff. I mean, I still have like at least 100 videos recorded on my computer from the past 2 years that I always wanted to edit and get out. I mean, I don't know. I try to do daily videos because the way I saw YouTube, and I feel like my view has changed during that time. But everyone makes, like, there's nobody innocent in the world. Everyone makes mistakes and stuff like that. Everyone does things that you shouldn't do. Everyone has regrets. Everyone's like, that's what makes people people. Everyone fucks up. That's what I'm trying to say. Started off doing YouTube for 5 people in Unlimited Ninja. And yeah, like I probably said this story a couple of times already, and people that heard it are probably tired of it. But I started YouTube because I was literally on the verge of suicide back then, and that was 3 years ago. I turned 20 on my birthday. 4 days later, after my birthday, I made my YouTube channel. But for a few weeks before the channel was made, I was playing Unlimited Ninja, and I figured, like I'm probably gonna finally do it. And I was really suicidal, so I figured, I'll waste all my money because I always played these kind of pay-to-win games when I was in high school. But I realized, like, wow, $100 for something, $50 for something, this is stupid. Like, I'll never do this in my life. So I was curious. I was curious to check it out. I was like, how do these games still survive? How are they still around? And why do people play them, and why do they get addicted? Like, what makes someone want to spend thousands on a game? That's like some garbage flash game, right? So I went to Unlimited Ninja, met some good people on the server that were like curious with how strong I was getting, how much I was spending, and they asked me if I could do YouTube videos just to show them what the gameplay is like. And like I never came into YouTube thinking like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna try to you know do this for a living and like play games and have something out of it. Nah, I never thought of that. I never thought of that. I just thought of making those people happy because my life sucked. Still does. So that's how I began. I began doing YouTube. And after maybe like a month of it, I was like, I actually started looking forward to it. And it's like I was looking forward to doing videos every other day because, those people would tell me that, oh, watching my videos made their day better and made them happier and stuff like that. So that's where it came from. That's why I stuck to doing daily videos. I know that my videos were low effort and shit like that. Like all you have to do is just press record, talk, and upload a video. Barely any editing. But for low effort, it still took like 3 to 4 hours per video because it take like at least half an hour to an hour to record. I still have to cut some parts out or whatever because I mess up when I commentate. It's never perfect, or there just be some things where it's like I feel like I shouldn't be. And as time went on, I tried to cut out more things because I realized people have short attention spans, and I'm putting out like 30-minute videos, but people will probably spend like 6 minutes, 7 minutes watching the entire thing. Very few of them would actually watch every single video from beginning to end. And that really like didn't occur to me until I fell off and I started watching other YouTubers. And I was like, like some YouTubers I've been watching for the past few months, I'm like, damn, I can't wait till they upload a video, and they do like 20-minute, 30-minute videos, and I watch the whole thing too. So I didn't really get it until then, but it's just for some reason you'll find people you like, and you just really wanna, you just enjoy what they do, so you don't mind watching the whole thing. But and then rendering for videos was always bad because I always try to get you guys the highest quality. Like, even when I bought my computer 2 years ago, it's been 2.5 now or whatever. I spent like 4 grand on my desktop alone, and then my entire computer room setup was like $6,000 to $7,000. I think it was a lot because I spent like $800 on a monitor alone, and I kind of regret like the setup I did because yeah, I did it for YouTube, but I should have gotten better than a Core i7. But at the time, someone was telling me that like, yeah, you don't really need to get a more core CPU thing, and I just figured whatever. But I regret that because the render times were still pretty bad. It was still an hour video, and then when I tried to do 4K, it was like forget about it. So I wish I got a better CPU when I had the money then. I wish I got a ultra wide monitor instead of the 2 monitors I did because I always like how they were. But like, well, that's besides the point. So yeah, I invested a lot into YouTube. I spent money on all the games I did for content, and I spent into the setup and everything that I could. Pretty much, I always try to improve things for the channel for you guys, even if you guys wouldn't have noticed it, and I would have only been the one that knows what I was doing. So yeah, I was always putting a lot of money into this, even though YouTube was making me nothing. I mean, there was 1 month in the entire 3 years where I think YouTube made me like almost $300 for 1 month, maybe even 400. Like, and this was, I mean, like probably after like 2.0, probably before the first time I quit. That's when my channel, like that was with the whole Hashi fucking Rama video that everything was just blowing up. Like I didn't expect my channel to go from 3,000 to 10,000 subs in a couple of months, and then yeah, and then shit happened, and it all was for nothing, I guess. So I don't know. I'm just gonna be rambling a lot through the video. I was gonna make a script, but I've had this plan for the video since May, and I kept saying I'm gonna do a script, and I kept saying I'm gonna write it, and I've never did. And no matter how I'm gonna do the video, it's gonna end up the way I am, because even if I start reading off the script, I'm just gonna end up freelancing, and I always do things the way I want to do them. It's just the way I am, so like I'm just gonna be jumping all over the place. But yeah, I started off YouTube as, I've always lived for other people's happiness, because I've always been depressed, and it's been getting worse and worse throughout the last few years. That, I tried to make other people happy because I couldn't make myself happy, and I'd live off their happiness. So it was working out for the first 11 months of YouTube, and then lost my channel the first time, which it really destroyed me then. Not as much as it was for the channel, because the channel is pretty much the only thing I've ever been passionate in my life about. I've always said I never had the passion for anything, which is true. It's like, you give me anything to do, I'll be really good at it. You give me 3 days, I'll learn it, and in 3 months, I'll be the best at whatever it is I've learned. I mean, I've gone around from every hobby to everything I can think of. Even jobs, anything. You gave me 3 months, I'll be the best at it. That's why after 3 months, nothing would last, because I'd lose the interest. Like, I wouldn't. I don't know. I would just feel nothing towards it. Like, I could be really good at something, and I'll be like, whatever, because it doesn't mean anything to me anymore. But YouTube was different, because I was doing day in, day out videos. I was looking forward to it. This was when I was doing the whole full-time work, full-time college thing too, when it was starting off, and I did that for as long as I could too. So I was like, still loved waking up really early in the morning, doing recording videos and rendering and getting them out for you guys, scheduling everything. I love doing it. Then when I lost my channel the first time, I felt a lot of things, and I felt betrayed on top of that, because the people who did it at the time, there was a point where I guess I could say, we were friends at one point. We used to talk on Discord in the first public server. We used to voice at nights and stuff like that. We used to hang out. But then, things went down. I shouldn't have done what I did, but, they're definitely in the wrong for what they did. And the whole situation became a mess. And it was literally just because I wanted a stupid intro. And it's like, I regret like probably everything in my life at this point. But I regret how fucking stupid I was to desperately want a YouTube intro. I literally thought at the time that I couldn't succeed as a YouTuber because I didn't have an intro. I don't know why I thought that. But, I've been clinically depressed for the last 3 years. And, I can say I'm a little bit better now. So I'm starting to see the things that happen in the past more clearly. And, things don't really bother me like they used to. But, I was just like, I would say I was like explosive or destructive. Like, everything was just, I was basically killing myself in the sense of everything that I was doing. I was dealing with too much stress. I was dealing with too much. I was doing too much for other people. And, it really was just affecting me. But yeah, I was just so stupid into thinking that. And then, I got the YouTube intro made from someone who was a friend at the time. And because whatever happened, I eventually ended up just wanting to cut contact from them because I couldn't trust them anymore. So I decided to just demote the roles in the server. And, that just pretty much resulted in them wanting they copyright striked my entire channel for every time I used the YouTube intro. And my YouTube channel was scheduled for deletion. And that was literally right before Christmas. And that's what made me feel like it was like deliberately planned, because there's no customer support during Christmas week. There's maybe one day in the entire like 10-day span where there will be customer support. So it was like almost a guarantee for my channel to get deleted. And yeah, it ruined me then, because I put literally almost a year's work into YouTube, and I was looking forward to it day by day. And I was thinking like, it's not fair to the people that are watching the channel because I fucked up with this thing. And it messed me up. And on top of that, I haven't seen my cousins and family from Poland in about 12, 13 years. They all flew over, so I was spending time with them day in, day out. For the same time that was going on after my college semester finished in December. And And I couldn't enjoy that time with my family when I haven't seen them in 12, 13 years. But, now I learned that they're really not good people anyway. There's been a lot more family drama, but I'm just sticking to what's going on with me and not really going into people around me and what's going on with them because, it's just, I don't want to, I don't mind sharing what I share because I always try to relate to you that I am a regular person. Like, I ain't shit. But, yeah, that's what literally went down. And, during that time I was stressed out because I couldn't enjoy time with my family. I was losing the channel. Eventually, I had to, I felt like, the way I'm just going to say is how I feel. So, I'm not really, I don't want to start witch hunts for anyone that I go, like, mention or name or anything in this video. So if you're going to go witch hunting the people I talk about, or even if I don't name them, you're going to be trying to find and blame people, I'm going to be like, you're going to just severely disappoint me because, like, I'm over what happened. Yeah, it sucks what happened, and I've been through shit the last few years. But like, I just have no reason to go after anyone anymore. I've always been the person that I'll eventually forgive, but I'll never forget. And that's why you can't really say that you truly let go and forgive the person if you don't ever forget it. But if one person fucks you over once, they're gonna fuck you over again. And that's just the way I live by, I can't change that. So I don't want anyone going after anyone. This is just for you guys to hear me out, and that's that. Like, I've been through it all. I've lived through everything in my fucking life except for military service now. And I can stand by it. Wait till you fucking hear what happens later. So, I felt like I basically got blackmailed into get my channel back. Because it was like, I made some kind of unofficial contract. Which, obviously, is not like, it means nothing. It's just a word of mouth kind of thing. Like, that shit would never hold up in court. None of that shit. It was just some bullshit contract. But I had to do it if I wanted to get the channel back for myself and for you guys. And I was probably doing it more for myself because YouTube was like an escape. Like, I could go day by day and, it helped me get through my days because I was fucking suicidal day in, day out almost. And, doing a YouTube video would be, I could be like, okay, next day I can't wait to make another video to make someone else happy and, to keep this going on. It was like a fucking thing I developed for over a year. Then, a month later, I lost my channel the second time, and that was on my birthday. And the whole situation there was also an issue, and it was like literally, there's a lot of people to blame. I was speaking to a customer representative, I'll call it, all right, because I probably would get in trouble if I say specifically. But I was talking to a customer representative, and they told me that if I deleted the intro from all the videos, I wouldn't get striked for it again. So that's what I did. And I felt so pressured into being into that blackmailed contract because a part of it was the people who did that to me the first time were supposed to have high roles in the Discord server. And that made me uncomfortable because the only people I want at the top of my roles in the server were the ones, it was basically like the more I trusted you, the higher of a role you were. And that severely bothered me because, people would see those high roles and think, like, it's like natural for people to think the higher up you are, when they would see my name on the top of the list, they would think they were more affiliated to me, even if like I don't talk to them or stuff like that. So that's why I kept it the way I did. It's probably a flawed way of doing it, and it just bothered me. But let me just quickly go into Naruto Online. So I haven't been on this game since February. All right, I haven't been on it in February. I know people were like still bringing up the game for me. They told me that Hokage Minato has breakthroughs, and well, I remember I stocked up for 50 frags just to make this happen when it did. So, yeah, I mean, he's finally there. I mean, this account's been untouched since February. I guess the glow is only in battle. But anyway, fell behind, yo. Fell behind. It still has all the ingots and stuff and coupons from Froggies up until that point. But let me get back to the story. So, another person who was at the time a close friend, and you could say directly into Naruto Online. Yeah, directly into Naruto Online. He said that I could get out of the contract because it doesn't hold up, and if I did what the customer representative did, which I'm guessing he was going off the assumption that that guy was correct and so was I, that if I dropped the intro, they could never go after me again. So I did. So I dropped off the intros, and then I tried to get rid of them permanently because it just bothered me. Like, with the shit that happened, I wasn't letting it go, and now it's like I'm kind of over it, but I never want to meet those people again, and it's just what I'm fucking doing. So it is what it is, but that shit was 2 years ago, and I hope to God I never see those people again. But either way, I ended up losing my channel again, and that's when I realized that I still had one of the old versions of the intro that was made for me on like a video that I didn't even remember. And I was stupid because I didn't fucking check all the videos like I should have. I just checked the ones that were affected. But for some reason, instead of just that video getting striked and me dealing with one strike, I ended up getting hit for all of them, even the ones that didn't have the intro anymore. So I literally got all the strikes that I had back, and the customer representative told me like, "Yo, if you drop the intro, they can't go after those videos anymore." Well, that was a lie because they still went after them. And I at that point I just accepted my channel was gonna be gone. I just said fuck it, like I'm done. I was just tired of getting the same. I was tired of having people go after me and just fucking bring me down and ruin me, and I wasn't gonna start all over again because I put a year's effort into that video, and I was just not having it, right? So I made that video, and people, like, what happens with every video is they just misinterpret everything, and they just went after someone that was a friend of mine back in Bleach Online. But I felt like we went our separate ways, and he was hanging out with the people that fucked me over with the channel, and I didn't like that, and I felt like I couldn't trust him anymore. So I just mentioned that it was like his group because they were hanging out in his Discord all the time, and they were the ones always shit talking me and doing whatever, and then going after me there. And I never said that it was him that did it or anything, but people still went after him and attacked him. But if I didn't fuck up with that video to wrongfully accuse him, I probably wouldn't have gotten the channel back the second time, because that's what finally made the people realize, okay, what they're doing is fucked up, and they just wanted me to clear things up with him, and they'd leave my channel alone and fix it. So yeah, it was a whole shitty situation. It lasted for 2 months. But if I didn't fuck up with the part of me, like I still feel bad for bringing him into the mix for that, because he didn't deserve it, even if he was hanging out with those people. But it just made me feel betrayed and uncomfortable because he was, when I first did Discord and everything and Bleach Online, he was like a close friend. And when it came to the server, he was always up there in the high roles, and we always talked and stuff. So he just kind of like, it just felt like he switched sides, and that's the way I felt about it. So that happened. And the strikes got reversed for the second time. But either way, I already had my birthday weekend ruined because my birthday was that weekend. Turned 21, everything got fucked up. And yeah, I was just honestly done. At that point, losing my channel twice in the span of 2 months after working on it for so long as I did, that killed YouTube for me for good. Like, I couldn't look at YouTube anymore the way I used to, because I was constantly worried that those people would come back and take it away from me again, or someone else would. And I was already getting a lot of fucking hate from people and shit, just because it was pretty much pure jealousy. Like, I don't get why the fuck people are really jealous, to be honest. Like, I have things I'm jealous of, but I don't have it to the way where you're gonna be like literally killing somebody over it, and like making them feel like shit constantly, and having to get some satisfaction by shitting on someone to make better for your pathetic life. I mean, come on. I see people. I see people that are, Wall Street guys in Manhattan who have fucking hundreds of thousands in their bank account, if not millions. And I see people with fucking luxury cars, and they go to vacations week after week. They fly out. They go to all sorts of places. Never once am I like, yo, fuck this guy because he has more money than me, or fuck him because he has a successful job, way better job than me, earns way more than me, has a wife that loves him, and all sorts of stuff. Like, no. Why would you care? Like, nobody else matters to you but you. Like, it's your life. You're supposed to worry about your own situation and do it as best as you can. Life is not fair. So there are certain people who have it way harder than others, and there are some people that have it easier than others. But that's just the way life is, Like, everyone wishes life was good, and I honestly would wish everyone has a fucking good life, even to anyone who ever fucked me over. I'd honestly wish everyone to have the best, but people always have to just go. Me too, and. So then that whole stuff happened with the channel. So I lost the channel twice, and that killed my passion for YouTube because ever since that happened, I literally had to force myself to do videos for you guys, and I was forcing myself because you guys were enjoying it, and I was still stuck on the fact that I've always been the one that lives for others. I don't live for myself. Like, I can care less what happens to me. I'd rather give someone else everything that I have, all my money, give them a better life, because I know that even if I was where I'm at or if I'm in a better place, I'm still not gonna be happy. So I've always had that, and that's why I kept doing it, and that's where it started. For 2 years, I was forcing myself to do YouTube for you guys because it made you guys happy. You guys loved seeing it, all sorts of stuff. And let's go back to 2019. After I got 3K Madara, and by this point, there's just a whole fucking group of people that hated me, and I might as well just talk about this now, but people always said I hate playing with others, being with others, hating YouTubers and other YouTubers and all this kind of stuff. But none of you will ever know my perspective, even if I tell you it. But I'm going to tell you it anyway. I don't hate the other YouTubers unless I have a reason to. And honestly, the fucking people in Naruto Online and the community and everything, they're fake as shit. And this goes to people who work for the company, to the people on Discord and you see, and especially to the fucking so-called content creators, because I was never the one to say I'm number one or I'm the king of Naruto Online or anything like that. People just fucking saw me be the most popular or whatever, and they said that. I never once go around saying, yeah, I'm the best content creator and you guys aren't shit. I never said things like that. I just never went around giving shout outs to people because, one, I felt like, you should earn what you work for. I started from, everyone starts their channel from nothing. And I really felt like, yeah, I grinded to get my channel where it was, so I wasn't gonna give out free handouts to people. But it was also more about having trust issues because I got screwed over by people in the past, and I really felt like I couldn't, I couldn't be around enough to trust these people because I felt like I'd get used, and then next thing you know, they'll just drop me off when they don't need me anymore. So that was one part, but the other part was that the other content creators always said shit about me, and they always started me. And before everyone says everyone has haters, blah blah blah, like all your bullshit. I fucking lived this for 3 years. Okay, I know it. I've had haters in my life before content creating, so I know what it is. There's always people that just want to be assholes. They're the guys that will go on your video, want to comment shit because all they want to do is start stuff. I've known this. Everyone knows this. Eventually, it's just gonna be the thing that keeps toppling up on you, and eventually it makes you break down and snap. I mean, it's happened to me, not just because Naruto, not because I'm doing full content creation, but I also was going to college full time. I was also working full time. I also have other things outside of that. So it's not like I'd be on this game all day long. I would just record, get the video out, do events, that's it. So I had a lot of stuff going on in my life. But when it gets to the point when content creators are slandering you and saying shit, and then they literally make a angry mob against you, and I've been accused of every single thing you could think of. I mean, what's the most? I forgot that guy from Server One who first played the game, but he literally pulled a 400 seals into Tendo Treasure, and I think he wanted Tendo, but he got Hashirama, so the guy literally quit and charged back. And people literally spread that shit that I was the guy who did that and, ended up becoming Kaizer. There's just people made up a lot of shit about me. A lot of people made rumors, slander, stuff that weren't true. So 2019 comes, and people must be petty as fuck and jealous and have terrible lives or whatever. So they saw I spent $3,000 on a Madara just to say fuck you to people, I guess, or whatever. And a part of me getting it was because I knew I was gonna recharge again, but I also knew how much money that was and how exclusive it would be. That I'd be like, yeah, I want to be a guy that's known for getting the $3,000 Madra. So I did get it. And then I had plans to use all those ingots because I was gonna be recharging week after week anyway, because I actually wanted to be like a fucking top player, and I came a long way from the time I did, but it fucking costs so much money that I don't even want to fucking talk about. So yeah, I got the Madara literally a week into January 2019. And, I'm getting slandered by another so-called content creator who hasn't really been content creating for fuck knows how long, but still decides to hang around the community and say shit. But whatever, I ain't to judge about your life. And then you have the other guy who like pretended to be like neutral or sort of cool with me, to then just say, "Oh fuck you, I'm gonna just start fucking saying mad shit," and then ends up putting a video where it's just I start getting the whole accusations of 2 years ago of being with a underage girl, which is just like, this is something that happened. So I'm gonna talk about what happened then, because this is literally a 2-year-old thing that they brought in to 2019. It shows you, like, and this is the kind of treatment I always expected. That's why I felt like everything was 50-50. I have people that are against me, and then people that are on my side. But it's literally 50-50 because there's a content creator at the end of the day is gonna get a video out to people. They're gonna see it. They don't care if it's true or not, but they just see it so they believe it's true. And then they're gonna go witch hunting and attack me. I've gotten death threats before, and it was mostly. So let's go back to 2017. Second, after I lost my fucking channel, I met this girl on Discord in my server. She was being nice to everyone. That's when someone told me like, "Oh, she's trouble. Stay away from her." I should have took that advice, but I was like, everyone, it just brought flashbacks to when I was in high school and I was getting shit. Like, I saw that person being nice to everyone on my server. I didn't know what was going on inside of that. And, I decided to talk to that person. Person tells me, they have depression, they're in high school, all sorts of shit. And I just thought, like, yeah, I was in high school, I was depressed, I did drugs, I fucked up my life. I could have had a football scholarship or something. I was doing good in high school. I could have been a football player. I could have made a pro probably. Like, I was really good. You know, I played defensive end if anyone cares, and I used to just care about literally injuring people, and like I was doing good. But I realized I felt so alone because every friend I had was in middle school and nobody went to the same high school as me. So I literally felt so alone. My family, they just didn't really care as much as they should have. They were always busy with their own things, and it is what it is. But I ended up going into drugs, and I was a drug addict for 3 years in high school. And with the things that that person was telling me, I didn't want that person to fuck their life up like I did. So I figured if they have one person to talk to, they wouldn't, do drugs and mess up their life like I did. But next thing you know, is that rumors start spreading, and it's because that person went into their own group chat of Naruto Online, which turns out to be server 1, and that fucking server hates me, so I love you guys. And like, the whole shit of that person saying they're with me when I was just talking. Next thing you know, that those screenshots are spreading, everyone starts saying these things. And at the time, someone else close to me said, "Oh, that shit's just gonna blow over. Forget it, yo. It's not gonna fucking matter. Like, people are stupid. It's not like what it is." And I can tell you that I've made mistakes and things in my life, but I'd never do anything that would get me fucking locked up or go to jail. So, no, I did nothing like that. I was just talking to that person and, trying. I was literally a fucking therapist. And this goes to the beginning of the first public server. I like how I said that, other content creators, the bigger you get, they forget about their community and they're not interacting with it anymore, right? So I wanted to be different. I wanted to be a more realistic person. I wanted to be there for people that are in my community. I wanted to talk to them. First opening a public server, people would legit use me as a rock. They'd come up to me like I'm a therapist, and they tell me all sorts of shit. I literally had people confess to me that they killed people. And this was like literally over 2 years ago and stuff like that. maybe a couple months into doing that for Naruto Online too, and that's when a lot more people came. So people came to a public server, and I was helping them get through the day because they were depressed and I was depressed, and I figured like I can't fix my shit, maybe I can help them out. And it was stupid of me to do, but I've always cared about other people more than myself, so I was doing it. I was just like, I was getting overwhelmed myself by trying to do good, and I kept trying to be interactive with the community and stuff like that, and helping other people out. And then I finally realized why the bigger you get as a YouTuber, you don't do that anymore. Or if you do it, you keep yourself at such a distance and you barely do it. Because the second you let people get close, they fucking ruin you. And yeah, I decided to be a therapist one more time. I got stuck into that so-called bullshit fucking thing. Yeah, I got stuck into it. And that's when people started slandering the whole thing. And that thing's been stuck on me for 2 years. People in the community kept always bringing it up and saying it. But that wasn't the thing that made me quit. Because it was piling up stress. Yeah, like people were saying that to me daily on YouTube videos. I was hearing all sorts of shit. I can just promise you that it was nothing like it seems. And to spoil the story, I've been doing therapy for 2 times a week for a few months now. And I told my therapist literally everything that I had to go through from the past 3 years. And that is one of the most traumatic experiences of my life because I'd never do something like that. So the fact that I'd get accused of it and it would keep sticking with me everywhere I went in the game that I'm known for, and the game I'm pretty much, making public and like helping out and stuff like that, it just, it really killed me. So that is one of the most traumatic experiences in my life that I got stuck with that. And that lasted for like maybe like a month or two. I'd keep in contact trying to talk to that person, but then I just couldn't do it anymore because they just kept bringing that up. And that's when I met my girlfriend at the time, Aki, and I was with her for 2 years. So yeah, like, and Aki can tell you all sorts of stuff. She was there at the beginning. She was there when this whole stuff happened in January because I told her I can't deal with this shit. Like I dealt with it 2 years ago, and I've been going through a lot of stress this year that I couldn't handle that. So that's why I just said fuck it, and I thought I was gonna stay off Discord because honestly, Discord I feel like it's the thing that fucked up my channel, and it's probably because I was on Discord trying to talk to people, and I wish I never did. But it's like Discord. I literally hate Discord because it's just brought me nothing but problems. Like there's been nothing good of it. And I can say that now officially. Like, there's been nothing good of it. Just led me to more regret, and it fucked everything up. So, January came. Got accused of that shit. Which, okay, let me first say, April 2017, I quit around that time because Aristius decided to do, I have no issues with him. I didn't have issues with him then. Like, I was hurt. I felt like fucked up and betrayed because he put me in that situation where it really hurt me because I was getting death threats. But he was fed up with Oasis, and he was an administrator in the game. He got me into the game. Him and Daisuke got me into the game. They were both moderators when I knew them, and I was playing Bleach Online. Arisis came from Bleach Online. Was playing that game. They both sweet talked me into Naruto Online, and I was like, okay. And I was basically promised a GL position, which nobody fucking knew what a GL position was when Aristius talked about it, because it was such hush-hush things, and everybody thought when they found out the screenshots from his stream of QQ chat saying the admins of the game were talking about me, and Daisuke saying, oh, I'm his GL, that's what made people fucking flip, because they thought I was a plant and stuff like that, which I'm not. There have been plants in the game, Memo especially. Like, I'm not him. I spent my own money and I regret it. But yeah, people gave me so many death threats because they said, "Oh, I'm fake, I'm this and that," and they were telling me to kill myself because I'm getting free stuff from the game, which I never got more than a salary, and I was at GL for maybe less than 6 months. It was giving 1,500 coupons every 2 weeks, so 3,000 coupons every month. A 5K recharge was $100, so like. Considering I was putting out full detailed reports better than my college papers, and I was putting out YouTube videos for hours and stuff like that, I felt like I was doing too much to even get that salary, but I figured, anything would help me save a little bit of money in the long run, and I was more thinking like I'd actually bring change to the game. That's what interests me about being a GL, because they said they care about the feedback and that I could help shape the game, make it better. And that's all I cared about. I wanted the game to be good for everyone. That's why I always share my honest opinions on videos, and that's why I was doing a GL thing, because I wanted those fucking reports. I wanted to put those reports on and hope that the company listens and makes changes. They never did. They still don't. Like the shit that they added towards the end of last year, and like yeah, towards last year was stuff that I mentioned 2 years ago, and probably hundreds of people finally mentioned. So it takes them years to make changes. But anyway, I was getting still slandered, and then the death threats piled up, and I said I'm done. And that's when I quit the first time. And I couldn't do it because, I literally just, I felt like the place that I made and the place I was in, I felt like I didn't belong and I felt uncomfortable. And especially when, yeah, it was just like, why am I getting all this shit kind of thing? When I was just really trying to make things better. And, it was what it was, though. I couldn't do it anymore then. So I quit. It took me 9 months. It took Aki 9 months to convince me to give Naruto another chance, and people miss me and they want me back, and the game's not the same without me, and all sorts of stuff. Eventually I caved in and I came back. I came back at the end of 2017. It was like the beginning of 4.0 almost. I basically quit right as 2.0 was going on. I missed 3.0 and pretty much 4.0 started. And, if I never quit, I mean, you could say like shoulda, woulda, coulda, and what ifs all day long, but there's so many things I could have avoided, people I could have avoided, that would have just let me be on a whatever path I had with YouTube, and it could have made me up. Because all I wanted as a kid was to play video games. When I played my PS2 all day long back then, all I literally wanted was to play these games all day long and make sure I can live comfortably. And I'm not saying be rich, but just pay for your rent, pay for your bills, not have to worry about living expenses. Just play games and make money to get by. That's all I wanted. And that's when I started realizing, YouTube was paving that way when I hit 10K subs. And I was like, maybe if I keep this up, it could get somewhere. But people had to fuck things up, honestly. And you could probably say I fucked things up too. But, people just had to go after me. So, I had to quit. And then let's go back to January, because I didn't even realize I'm 40 minutes into this. 40 minutes into this, and I'm still like in January. Like, Jesus Christ. So anyway, January rolls around, getting slandered. I wanted to, at that point I told Aki, like, look, can you handle this stuff for me? Which I should let you guys know that Aki she's done the most for me that anyone ever did in my life. Like, she's probably done as much as my parents did for me, if you account my entire life. But she did that in 2 years. So, when I came back to YouTube, I couldn't deal with looking at comments anymore. I really couldn't, like, because every time I look at comments, there'd be good ones and supportive ones, but the second I saw a bad comment or someone slandering me or saying shit, I honestly just started having a breakdown, and I couldn't handle it. And it was just because like that fucking experience is still traumatic for me. I'm still recovering, honestly. And I have more experiences that happened this year that I have to fucking go over, but I've seen a lot of videos, and I feel like you guys deserve an update, and I just want to share this with you guys and let you know what's gonna happen in the future, because it is what it is, right? I've always shared things with you guys. I don't even know if anyone's gonna watch this video. I mean, some people will probably watch this, but I'm not expecting it to get out there like, the videos in the past I did. Like, I doubt this video, because I was expecting like 4K to 5K video average views a day. If I saw that my videos had that many at least, then I'd feel good about the video and I knew I produced something good. But if I had less than that, I felt like I put out a shitty video. But I had Aki, look at the comments and manage them for me for pretty much like, since I came back. Cause I felt like at the beginning when I came back, I felt like if I wasn't looking at comments and people would be giving me stuff about, not caring about the community, which isn't true. I just couldn't handle dealing with the negative shit anymore because it was piling up. Like I said, I was doing so many things, like full-time college, full-time work at the same time. and things were really bad. Like they were really, really fucking bad. They were really bad. Um, but yeah, I mean that was also. I just don't want to go into everything because there's a lot of things that are factors into what happened and how it affected me throughout the years. But I'm not trying to like incorporate the stuff that happened at work or that stuff that happened in college with this, because that would be like fucking Jesus Christ, like a 10-hour video. And I was writing a book this year, just to write my life for the past 3 years, but I gave up on it because I thought it was gonna fix my relationship, and then I realized it wasn't going to do that, so I just stopped writing in it. I feel like I should write into it just for my own mental sanity, I guess, but I just don't want to write into it because the goal was to get my relationship back, which I know I can't. So anyway, Aki for the longest, for over a year, she's like dealt with the community side of things, read all the comments, and she would respond for me. She would tell me like what good comments were there and how I would answer it, and I would write out the responses without directly looking at it because I just couldn't look at the bad comments. So she was helping me out with that, and she did so much for me that I know I had never deserved her, but I always try to do good by her, even if I was a depressed fucking mess. So she was handling the whole stuff in January because I told her like, yo, I need to drop off Discord. Like Discord, I told her that if I'm gonna do YouTube, I can't be on like Discord anymore because it literally only ever brought me problems. And with this stuff this year, yeah, it was continuing that trend. It was gonna keep bringing me more fucking problems. So I told her, I told her that I was gonna delete Discord, and if people knew I wasn't on Discord and only on YouTube, there'd probably be less bullshit for it. But that wasn't true because, she was dealing through all the stuff that was going from my channel and handling it, and she was in the public server, like doing like press conferences and meetings and stuff because you guys wanted to know what's going on with me, which I should have been around for to do, but it was like at the point that people in my own public server, I thought that people in there were good and stuff, but the second that shit blew over, people were posting a lot of fucking things and posting more memes and just toxic shit about me that I couldn't be around for it. So that's why I just knew I couldn't even be in my own place, and I felt uncomfortable there. So I decided to I decided to keep doing YouTube, but obviously, it went from doing daily videos to every 2 days, then every 3 days, then every week, and then every 2 weeks, and then eventually I stopped. I couldn't keep it up because it was in my mind the whole fucking time. It was in my mind the whole fucking time, and I couldn't get away from it. And Aki was still dealing with that stuff, but I know she had to deal with it for I think 2 months before it kind of calmed down. And probably gonna fucking start back up as soon as this video is posted. I mean, I guarantee you, like like there's just fucking garbage in the world, and I feel like that garbage is gonna be looking at this video and fucking laughing and enjoying everything I say because everything goes downhill from here. So January, I lost YouTube. Well, February was the last video I posted, I think. Chinese New Year. But anyway, I lost YouTube at this point because, yeah, it just got so bad and so toxic that I couldn't do it anymore. And it really sucked because I blew $3,000 at the time, and I should have charged back when I did because I could have gotten a lot of money from the past 6 months. But I thought, maybe I'll come back in a few months. Or maybe not in a few months, but I knew I'd come back, so I didn't charge back. Which is a mistake. So YouTube went. Twitch went because I wasn't doing streams anymore. And content creation was over from that point. There goes January. So it was hard because I was still thinking about YouTube and Twitch every day. Content creating and stuff like that, no matter what, even if I wasn't doing it. But I was so stressed out. Just knowing what happened to me, and it was like, the whole 2 years ago thing all over again. From that stuff with that, and then freaking Aristius and everything all at once. And I was just getting, honestly, like PTSD. That's what it felt like. I was like legit getting PTSD, and I was just having a breakdown. And yeah, people that hate you, they don't care. They want you to die, which is kind of fucked up considering, I mean, I'm suicidal, and my therapist could vouch for that. Uh, that yeah, people legit want me to kill myself, and I wonder if I did, would they, would they have been happy knowing that yeah, they pushed me to the point where I actually killed myself? Like I know that I probably wasn't a good person, even though I tried to do good. I know that all the fucking power raising and stuff I did on Naruto, it eventually led me to being like, get a bit of an ego. Because I mean, it was like, people are gonna say it was my ego growing, but I just felt more confident because I was like, fuck, like, I came into the game spending money anywhere I did because I didn't care. Like, I wasn't caring about power or anything. I just wanted to collect ninjas and have fun and do stuff I wanted to do. It's like the whole thing about efficiency. Like, efficiency wasn't a thing for me. But then I realized, yeah, maybe it's better to be efficient and be smart with your money because money is a finite resource. It doesn't last forever. You can have money and you get to the point where you have no money. So I thought about that, and I wanted to be a competitive player and compete because I've always been competitive. So that's when I came back the second time into YouTube, or I came back the first time. Did I come back the first or second? No, that was the first time. Yeah, first time I came back, I figured okay, and that was because I also got shit from some of my comments. I remember the first video I did when I came back to Naruto Online. I was doing like I was more monotone than usual, and I was really like depressive, talking about Naruto events and just shitting on everything, and I wasn't even noticing things like that was when what was it? These things I literally kept commenting for like a few weeks straight about daily packs, how daily packs are, you know, how they're how they were an event and they kept coming back every week, and I for some reason thought they were like, oh my god, like they're still here, they're like such bad value, all this kind of stuff. It woke me up though because that person, like, that comment stayed true to me. Like that person was literally telling me like, like, oh, why are you fucking doing videos, like you don't give a shit about this, and like, why are you doing it and stuff like that? And that's when I was like, yeah, I can't do YouTube if I'm gonna be like that. So the only way to try and get back into being enthusiastic about the game or caring about it was let's blow more money, right? So I started spending. That was when Shisui came out. Kept spending more, kept spending more. Then I kept, going for max recharge rebates week after week. I was spending thousands upon thousands a month. And I did that for up until, Madara 3K. But people were always just going after me for everything, man. Like, you say some shit wrong. Like the whole thing with Ashura and Naruto. People like let me saying Ashura and Naruto when it's not Ashura. But to me, it's just, it's like that was the point of the anime where you find out he was the descendant of Ashura. And I don't know, for some reason, I'm sorry, but it came to mind that to me it's Ashura and Naruto. And I'm sorry you didn't agree with it, but certain people adapted it, and I thought it was better to say than Sage of Sixpence Naruto or SO6P Naruto, because I didn't like how that sounded. So I thought saying Ashura Naruto sounded better, and that was just literally it. But people would just go after you for everything. You always have people that are assholes and just haters, whatever. Um, so came back into February because I gotta really get this done. I want it to be a 2019 video, not fucking career of Kaizer fucking video, like. Because there's not really a fucking career in the first place. So February, college started, which I should probably let you guys know. It's fucking shameful and embarrassing, but uh, the spring before then in 2018, or actually no, it was the fall in 2017, right before I came back to YouTube. Uh, I really, I went to a different college. I transferred, and because that one had pretty much what I wanted to do, and I feel like it offered more programs and stuff anyway. But I had this whole issue where I applied for the transfer, and they didn't accept me into the college until the week that classes were basically there. So I had the week that classes were starting to make my schedule, and my aunt and my mom were always the ones who wanted me to do college and were supportive of me for it. Even though college isn't for me and I knew I didn't want to do it, but I was doing it for them because I do everything for everyone else, right? And they pushed me into it. I fucking had to get the best schedule that I could at the time, which was awful. 5 days a week of classes with massive gaps, and I was doing full-time work in between. So I'd have to like make arrangements where I'd go into the class really early in the morning. I can't do those early morning classes. Then go to work for a bit, then go back to college, or just going back and forth and the commute and everything. It was just crazy. And on top of that, one of the trains I take to New York City was down for a whole year starting that point, since that summer. And that led to me having my first two Fs in college because I couldn't keep up with it. I literally I was just so depressed. I'm ashamed of it now, but it is what it is. Like I don't fucking care. Like I fucked up. I was too stressed, too overwhelmed with work, college, everything. I left having two Fs. I had to take one creative fucking arts class, and I literally couldn't be creative, and that's what fucked me up to get the F because I felt so much pressure having to do a midterm because they wanted you to do like a multi-layered fucking art piece with Adobe fucking illustration and all this kind of stuff, and I never felt like I was creative, and it really pressured me to no end. Like I really fucking couldn't do it. So I fucked up that semester so bad that it put me towards probation. Then spring 2018 came, and I didn't fail anything, but I couldn't take the two classes. Or no, I did take one of the classes to fix the F. But I ended up failing it again because it's the same fucking creative arts class, and yeah, I was the fucking depressed mess, and that was when I was back into YouTube, so still getting, fucking traumatic experiences and still getting shit was still affecting me. And I just couldn't manage that again, so I got a fucking second F. Well, I didn't get an F, but I dropped, so the F stayed. And I didn't do too well in my other classes, like I think I got literally all C's. And then I came into that summer with probation. And I was put on fucking probation. And then I got this. Well, I didn't even get put on probation. Apparently, I was on probation during that spring semester, but they didn't tell me until after it was over. Because I was put onto probation from fall. Summer came around and I got dismissed from the college. They kicked me out. I had to submit a reappeal. They reappealed me. They accepted me back into the college, and bam, fall 2018 happens. And for the first time in I think 3 years of college or whatever, I really fucking put in work. Like I was doing work full time, but I was really like going into school. I had to do like some kind of extra thing for being on probation too. It was like a kind of group therapy thing for people on probation, and that kind of opened me up to doing therapy now. So I met some cool people, and the lady that was in charge of that group, she was down to earth and cool. She's like in her 20s too and everything, so she knows what we're all going through, and she was really cool. Um, and I really rebounded. Like I got 3 A's that semester, and I got a B+, and that put me out of probation, and I was good. Then we go into February, fall, or spring 2018. My grandmother has been obviously grandmother is health, right? But the older you get. So for 2 years, she was, getting worse. She had to go to the doctors, more and more specialists, had to get more medication, could do less around the house, all sorts of stuff. Starting spring semester, she was getting worse, and I really had to be around her more and help out, and so did everyone else in the family. And I was obviously going to prioritize my grandma over everything because she was a mom to me, you know. Um, and she was always there for me. I never really got along with my family, and as much as she raised me like a mom too, and my mom was there, and I always felt like I was just a black sheep in my family because I dropped religion, and they're very Roman Catholic family, and I dropped religion because I kept praying for shit to get better, but it never did. So, yeah, I mean, my grandma started getting more and more sick, so I had to take more time off work. I had to take more time off college, and it was affecting my grades. It was affecting everything. But I didn't give a fuck. I wanted my grandma to be better. March rolls around, and she has to get surgery, which I'm scared of doctors and needles and blood and shit like that, so I can't do it, right? So it was fucking me up. She has surgery. Everything goes good. I went to see her, but in the hospital, I had a fucking bad feeling. I I was just there in the room with my grandma for hours with my mom and my brother, and I was there just crying in my chair for 2 3 hours when I was there with her. I couldn't stop crying, and at the time, I was just fucking thinking like I had a feeling that she wasn't gonna come out of the hospital. And the fucking thing I hate about myself is I've always said that I'm always right, but usually when I have feelings or when I know my shit, I'm always right. And I really fucking wish I wasn't right about this because I fucking hate it to this day and it really fucking kills me. But because of how bad it was to see my grandma then, I fucking it pained me to see her because she was hooked up into a lot of machines and I was just crying there and I was really fucked up and I couldn't really be there again. So I only saw her once in the entire few weeks that she was in the hospital. And I fucking regret it to this day because I wish I had more time with her. Like I fucking regret that so much. I should have went there day in, day out or some shit. I should have fucking been there. But the same week, the week after, because I saw her on the weekend, that next week, I found out she had an emergency fucking surgery. Don't know what happened, but she couldn't breathe. Then I find out on the next weekend, my mom saw her, and everything was sort of normal again. But then I guess Sunday it was, uh, which she was starting to look worse. Monday came that March, and my parents told me that she's diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, which is, I said bullshit because she's been going to doctors and specialists for years, so it takes years to develop cancer, let alone stage 4, because stage 4 is the end. And Tuesday, I go to the hospital instead of going to college or work, and I was there with my mom, my uncle, my aunt, seeing my grandma hooked up to all those machines, and the doctor tells me that she's in her final hours, she's passing away that day. It fucking killed me. Because I've never been anyone around that directly passed away to me. And especially with my grandma, it's like, I was with her my entire fucking life. Every single fucking day, pretty much. She was a mom to me. And then it was 6 p.m. that fucking day. I was there for 6 hours in the hospital with everyone, and she passes away. And that broke me. I mean, for that entire fucking week, I didn't eat anything. I couldn't speak. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't think. It fucking killed me. Then my family also decided to rush the funeral out. So the same Friday, we had the wake. Then Saturday morning, we buried her. And they just had to get the funeral done. And that fucked me up. Like, I really couldn't even grieve during that week. And that was when I was like lingering with a couple people on Discord on my second account that I made after that because I just wanted to keep close to certain people and that was it. And I just fucking told everyone like I'm honestly gone. Like I fucking regret everything in my life and I regret doing YouTube and everything and stuff like that. So I just didn't want to be around it. So I just vanished. I vanished from everyone except for my girlfriend then at the time. And month later in April. There's a lot of stuff that happened between then. So don't go after anyone. But my so-called close friends at the time left me, abandoned me. And I knew them for 3 years. At this point, I don't really have anything good to say because it fucking hurts. And yeah, I really do feel like I have things against them, even now. for what they did. So I have nothing to say about that. I regret ever meeting them. That's what I could say. But I can say that about almost everyone I met. Nah, probably everyone I've met. Probably. Like, I'm trying not to get my feelings in the way of this video, because that's just not good. So April came. After my so-called close friends abandoned me, my girlfriend left me. And that was when I felt like I was suicidal as fuck. I mean, I knew at the time I was gonna do it. It was really the worst time of my life, because I just lost my grandma. I lost YouTube and Twitch before then. Oh, I forgot to mention a part of March, but well, it's April actually. But before they all abandoned me, well, everyone abandoned me. I lost my job. Uh, when my grandma passed, I couldn't function as a person. I couldn't do anything. So I was fired for not being able to work. Lost my job. And then college, I couldn't do anything either. Couldn't fucking write. I tried to write papers. I was blank. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't process anything. So college was declining. I had to drop another class. I was left with 2 classes. And I was barely trying to manage them. So lost my only friends on the internet then, that I could really say were my friends. And then I lost my girlfriend, Aki, 2 years. But, you know, I didn't deserve her to begin with, and she did so much for me on here and everything, so. And like I said, it's just, I'm not gonna say the stuff that happened between me and them, because it's between me and them. And nobody else should know that. And I don't want anybody going after them. But going into May, and this was like right around Easter, like this was after, like pretty much Easter, after everything was going down. On top of Easter, they left. My family also fell apart. I don't want to talk about my family, but you know, it's my family. My family really fell apart. Like, everyone's even more distant than it is. Things are not good between my parents, like the marriage stuff and all that. But I'm not gonna say anything. Then May comes for 3 fucking weeks after everyone left me, losing YouTube, Twitch, my job, my grandma, friend's girlfriend. I was in such a dark fucking place. Like, I literally thought about suicide day in, day out. I was having nightmares and night terrors from experiences in my life, from anything. Like, it was just things that were, it was horrifying to me for 3 weeks. And because of how suicidal I was during the first week of college, my professors, like my college, literally instituted me in this kind of like crisis team situation shit because of the email I sent to them, which, yeah, I kind of like just let my emotions out and I just really lost it. So I was put on like suicide watch by the school, and therapy started there, because I went from that crisis team to the counseling services they provide, and I started doing therapy there for a few weeks until I eventually go to an actual therapist outside of college now for over a month and a half. But I'll never forget that May. I mean, it's the worst part. This is the worst year of my fucking life. It's really that fucking bad. I'm not trying to get pity or sympathy from anyone, honestly. Like, I probably did some shit in my life where I deserve everything that's happening, but my grandma didn't deserve it. I forgot to say that when we eventually found out, the reason why the family fell apart was because we found out that the hospital was responsible for my grandma's passing. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So, um, yeah, that May it fucked me up. And for 3 weeks, I tried to talk to anyone. Nobody would talk to me. I've had one person there for me in the entire month, and that was Zool. He's honestly the only person I could say I'll still consider a friend now, because he was there for me when everyone else left me for dead. So I'm grateful. I didn't want to overburden him with my shit going on, so I only talked to him a couple of times, and he gave me good advice and tried to help me out. And it was thanks to him that, ever since after those 3 weeks, I've been trying to repair my friendship with Aki at least. And that's really all that's to be done. But I'm not in a relationship again. And honestly, based on what happened, I don't really fucking know if I want to be in a relationship again. Because it really fucking broke my heart and it fucking messed me up. But I'll never forget that, mate. I fucking had so many nightmares, so many night terrors. I was literally breaking down crying every other fucking night. Like, normally I'd be drinking every single night like I used to, but I couldn't drink during that time, so I was just there. I couldn't cope with shit. Actually, the only thing I had to cope was the second everyone abandoned me, I instantly started streaming on Twitch, and I'm grateful for the few people that, like I would say I consider them friends, but I just don't want to use that word anymore because of what happened with my close friends. Like I can't call anyone a friend, and I don't mean to offend them by saying that they're not my friends, but it's just I can't trust people after that shit. Like I have abandonment issues, I have friendship issues, I have anxiety issues now on top of that. There's a lot of shit that I just don't want to talk about. But yeah, like I'm just really grateful to, my Ojamas on the stream, you know who you guys are. And just, everyone that fucking hangs out and stuff. And I'm just surprised that, the handful of people still remember me and, still want to watch me. And, since then, I've been pretty much streaming on Twitch every single day to cope. I was streaming for a long time. And I did RuneScape for a little bit on Twitch because I was watching. I just came across a recommended video from Swampletics and it got me hooked. I watched all his videos. He has like, 100 something videos and I watched them all like maybe twice or 3 times at the time. And it got me hyped up to play RuneScape. I played it for a month, got myself burned out because I did too much. And then I moved on to other games. Like I did, all the Dark Souls games. I'm doing Sekiro currently. Later on, I'll go for Bloodborne. I did Assassin's Creed Origins. I did like a couple of games. So that's all I'm doing basically. And then yeah, like it was just fucking like May is just traumatic alone enough. Like I think that month is probably more traumatic than the shit I was doing for 2 years. Or the shit I was dealing with for 2 years. And May came in. By June, and this is still like months, I really feel like I couldn't have functioned, and I've been doing therapy 2 sessions a week because that's what my therapist suggested. And he knows what kind of fucked up mess I am. I mean, when it came to the assessment that the therapy place did, I was like a 10 fucking critical case. And since, I had that suicidal moment and experience and all sorts of stuff like that, I'm still cased as a suicidal person, whatever. But I still have no job in July. I applied to a bunch of places and I haven't had any word back, so I applied to a few more places. Now I'm currently waiting for those to reach out to me. But as of June, I'm in debt, and it's not necessarily Naruto Online that put me in there, but it's cause like my family says I'm a irresponsible, degenerate gambler who, even when I fucking ran out of an income, I still kept burning money because I was just stuck in my own habits. And man, my life just feels like it's fucking over. Went into debt for the first time in my life. I never had debt before. Never. I had to lose my place, so I moved back with my parents, my family, and they gave me so much shit because, like I said, I got the whole hour long, you're irresponsible, degenerate gambler, fucking disgrace of a child kind of talk. And my family's also having it hard this year with other stuff, and so now I'm currently, as of July, with them again, hoping to find a new job and I don't know. I honestly don't feel like I have anything in my life for me now. You know, I had a lot of shit before, but now it's officially lost, and I don't know. I guess I fucking deserve it, but I'll never be the same around people again. I really don't want to ever go into another fucking relationship again. Like, honestly, I'm kind of fucking scared of being around people because what happened this year, or what happened in general with the 3 years, I really feel like I've always, people always treated me like shit, but what happened the past few years is just like, wow, like, even your own fucking, even people closest to you are gonna fuck you over and just be gone. So it really has me fucked up. It really does. Like, I don't want sympathy or pity, you know, and stuff like that. I'm just, the reason why I did this video is to explain to you guys this year because of what's I'm gonna say next, and that's because I don't, I can't do YouTube anymore. And it fucking pains me because, you know, YouTube was the best thing I did in my life. It was the only thing I ever had passion for. Despite how fucking bad it was and how fucking toxic and shitty the community is and everything towards me, I still like doing it and I cared about doing it for you guys. But I can't do it. I thought about going back to Naruto Online in May when everybody dropped me, but I was like, if I'm gonna get fucking slandered and bullshitted on again, I'm gonna fucking legit kill myself, so I couldn't do it from fucking the safety of my own health. And now that I realize it, like, yeah, maybe I would come back to Naruto Online, but I don't got fucking money. These ingots and shit, they don't last if you're trying to be competitive, and how am I gonna enjoy a game where people fucking ruin for me, right? I can't do it. For me, if something gets ruined, I have to be away from it. That's why it is what it is. So, yeah, I can't do YouTube anymore. Now, I could do a YouTube video on something else, or do YouTube videos on something else, but honestly, I don't enjoy doing anything else right now. Even when I'm streaming games every day, I really find it hard to get any kind of enjoyment. I just lose interest really fucking fast, and the more I think about it, it just feels like I'm really not meant to be alive, or I wasn't meant for this world. Like, my views and ideology and everything is different from everyone else. Like, I'm too different of a person compared to everyone else. Never felt like I fit in anywhere. I don't feel comfortable anywhere. I fucking hate being home. In June, my therapist recommended for me to start doing a gym because the gym helps with anxiety and depression and shit like that. So I've been doing it. Been doing it for the last 3 weeks now. I did the gym 3 to 4 hours a day for 9 days straight until I fucked up my entire body. And I took a break from the gym for 2 days because I needed to rest. Like, I literally couldn't move. And then now I'm back into the gym. Probably gonna keep going day in, day out until the same shit happens because I can't be home even more so now that I have to be with my family. I don't like being home. I honestly don't know what the fuck the future's gonna be. But, and every single day I still wanna, I still think about deleting everything that Kaizer is. Like, I don't wanna fucking be on the internet anymore because of what I've been through. I regret ever doing content creation because if I never did YouTube, I would have had less traumatic experiences, would have had to deal with less shit from people. Would have never gotten fucked over by the people that were close to me. I would have never met a lot of people I wish I never met. You know, if I never did YouTube, I feel like my life would have been in a better place, even though that fucking place wouldn't have been a place at all. But who the fuck knows, you know? It's like life is just life and experiences. That's just, you go through shit, you learn the hard way, and then you just move on with your life. But yeah, I'm a fucked up mess with how things are now. And a lot of people will probably get enjoyment knowing, yeah, like, I deserve what I get, and, you know, I fucking lost everything, and they're just gonna laugh at me. Yeah, I don't really care, though. Like, if this story and my story brought you enjoyment and laughter, at least I'm happy that you get to fucking be happy right now, or whatever. But, yeah, I can't do YouTube anymore, because for me it was YouTube, like, without Naruto, I couldn't do YouTube, because it just sucked going on to do something else, and seeing a lot less support. Like, when I tried doing any other game but Naruto Online, it would get like, a third of the views. Maybe sometimes half if I was lucky. Like, and I don't know, I just kind of felt like it was underappreciated, so I just felt like I had to stick with Naruto Online because it's what I'm known for. And that's the problem with content creating. It's if you're known for one thing, you gotta stick with it. And I don't know, man. Like, I feel like no matter where the fuck I'd go, I wouldn't belong. I thought I was gonna go into the RuneScape community and try to get a place and stream there for a year, max my account, and a year of playing RuneScape, I'd make a name for myself, even if it's like 30 viewers at a time or something again. And then I could go onto YouTube for a different game. But I knew that no matter what, I have to make this video and explain everything to you guys because I don't want you guys to keep waiting knowing that I come back to Naruto Online when I'm not. And I don't even know if I'm going to come back to YouTube. Like, I still think of every single day of deleting Discord, deleting YouTube, deleting Twitch, deleting Twitter, deleting every single thing that has my name that I've used for 3 years because I want to forget. I don't want to ever be a part of this thing again. I forgot to say at the beginning of the video that I'm not going to really look at the comments because I'm still worried there's going to be a lot of bad ones. And even if there's a lot of good ones, it's going to be heartbreaking to read. Like, I'd want to read them, but I feel like, it's just, I feel like it'd fucking break me to read some of the things you guys would write. Maybe in the future I'd go read them, but right as I'm making this video and, still fresh from everything, I don't have the mental capacity to read what I can expect to read. I really wish I could have kept doing YouTube. I wish I never, got into the fucking shit with people and that I could have kept, doing YouTube for you guys day in, day out. People said the game died without me. I mean, every single day since I've been streaming since like May on Twitch, people still bring up Naruto. And it gets to the point where seeing this game, hearing about it, it just makes me uncomfortable. I mean, that's just really what it's all about. I mean, I feel like I pretty much said everything I want to say. If you guys, want to watch me, and if you care about the person, then I'll be on Twitch for as long as I can, It's not guaranteed that I'm gonna leave one day and like nobody will ever get the chance to talk to me again or see me again. But yeah, I mean, for now, I'm gonna still be doing daily streams on Twitch. And like I said, I'm finishing up Sekiro. I'm gonna move on to Odyssey and Bloodborne and all sorts of games. At this point, all I have is going to the gym every day and streaming. That's the only thing I have going for my life. I'm hoping that I get a job, and at this point, I have to just take anything I can get because I need to pay off my debt and I need to live. So, 4 months out of work has been really bad. And it's just my problem because for 3 years ever since I wanted to try out that fucking addictiveness from pay to win games and see why people like it consumed me. And honestly, it was making me more and more depressed as I think about it because I was relying off the money that was constantly incoming. And when that money stopped, I forgot about counting on that and I kept spending like a whale would, and that put me into debt. So I just hope that nobody has to go through what I did because it's really, I don't know. I feel like my life is a fucking real tragedy now because I don't know. I'm just really like I don't know how to say about it, but I just feel pathetic. Like I am pathetic, and I'm ashamed of myself. All sorts of things because it's like you guys thought so highly of me, but in the fucking end, I'm a nobody now. I'm nothing. I literally lost everything. But like someone told me, it can always get worse. I could have been homeless if my parents didn't want to deal with me. So I had to do what I had to do to have a roof over my head. And life could still be worse. It's really not the same not doing YouTube anymore though. I miss it, I really do. But people wouldn't fucking let me move on and keep doing me. And with everything going on at once, I just couldn't keep up with it, even if it was for others. Now my therapist told me especially that, I should, and Zul too, that I should be focusing more on myself and not other people. And I just can't do that. I don't know. I still to this day, ever since I was a kid, I always felt like I was worthless and didn't belong. I still have the same feelings now. Like, if I lost all my friends, how am I gonna have friends again in the future? I'm never gonna trust anyone again. I'm never gonna be close to anyone again. How am I gonna have another girlfriend? Like, I've had 3 girlfriends before YouTube, and it's all bad fucking history. Like I said, I don't know. I just feel like I'm not meant for this world. This video really fucking sucked to make. At this point, I'm kind of left speechless, but I feel like I said everything I had to say. I've been trying to have a little more faith now and to have some optimism, but it's really hard, when life fucking collapses on you. Oh, and then I guess I forgot to mention about the public server, but some of you that are still in there, you probably saw the changes I did. I was only in there for a week. Then I had to leave because, yeah, I just felt like I didn't belong in there anymore. Mostly because of the people who were there that were close to me back then. And if I wanted to do what I wanted to do, and probably if I ever had to go back there, I'd still probably want to do it, then I'd probably lose Aki for good too, and I wouldn't even have a single friend anymore. Which me and her have a lot of fixing to do, and my trust is very small with that. But I just thought it'd be better to give her the server since she's been running it and she's been taking care of it as of this year. And the only place I'm in is my sub-only server on Discord, which only people who sub to me on Twitch can get in. And only people who, well, you could actually be a YouTube sponsor or whatever that thing is. If you press the join button on YouTube, you can still get into the server. But for me, basically, it's just, I'm only in the exclusive server. I really feel like I just can't be around a lot of people. Even streaming on Twitch still has me uncomfortable because of all the people I've dealt with in my few years. But I really am grateful for the few that keep showing up every day. Because I'm lonely as shit otherwise. Like, and when my friends fucking bailed, and during those 3 weeks of not having anyone, I try to reach out to my childhood friends here and everything. And to this day, I still haven't hanged out with them. I've hanged out with one friend from high school twice, but I didn't reach out to him during May because I saw him in April, and when I thought it was just gonna be me and him hanging out, he brought his girlfriend, and it kind of felt like a third wheel situation, which made me uncomfortable because I wanted to have like just talk to him because we used to be friends every day in high school and stuff, and he's the only friend I have from high school. And then he kind of invited like someone else, but that's why I didn't want to hang out with him during May because I didn't want to get I just wanted to talk to him and let him know what was going on in my life and just chill because I didn't want anyone else there. And it was cool though because in June, he got it, he understood, and we hanged out just me and him twice since then. But he's also really busy. He's trying to get married next year. It's fucking awkward, but he's having the best day of his life or best year of his life when I'm having the worst year of my life. But I don't deserve shit. I can probably fucking say it. And I still feel like I'm never gonna deserve shit. I must have had a really fucking I must have been a really person in a past life, if you believe in reincarnations, and that's why this life has been the way it is. And I might have just been some kind of fucking supreme evil to people, and I really don't feel like. But I never felt like I was really, truly evil. Like, I don't feel like I'm that kind of fucking evil being. Like, I feel like I'm still a person. But, And then to say about it, like, you know, I always said, like, try to spend money. I spend money so you guys don't have to, and that's the fucking truth. Because if I could tell you guys now, back like I would have said it back then, is don't fucking play these games, or if you do, don't spend money. Or just, you know, budget, like, you know, do the bare minimum to get by, like, literally monthly packs and Froggy, and that's it. Because I'm not saying Naruto Online specifically, but in the last 3 years, I've played over 30 games, between browser games to phone gacha games, all sorts of pay to win shit. I've wasted $100,000 across 30 games. I think Naruto Online is at least $40,000, maybe 50, I don't know. I was a VIP 7, and I was getting right there to the 8 mark, which the 8 mark is $100,000. I was probably a little bit over half, so I was like over 50 grand, I think, if you're counting it by those points. And I mean, what the fuck do I have now, right? So I don't know. At the time, hindsight's a bitch. At the time, I didn't care about spending money because it was making you guys happy, and I enjoyed the game. I still like the game. Don't get me wrong. I wish I could come back and play, but I'm still gonna get fucking people going after me. And even if I came back to YouTube right now, came back to Naruto Online after this video, things might be fine for a few weeks. Next thing you know, a month from now, another content creator makes another video. Or, you know, it's just people are gonna keep bringing up the same old shit. People are gonna always go after me. People are always gonna say shit, and I just don't want to deal with it. You know, I want a peace of mind. Like, yeah, I'd get like attention again, and I'd feel like, okay, I'm doing YouTube and things are going good, and maybe I can go back up again and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's not peace of mind. I wish I could have been in a community that has all been humble and stuff. But this is the worst community I've ever been a part of, and I've ever seen. Like, it's toxic. You look at even FIFA, as toxic as FIFA is, the community is way fucking better than this. Even League of Legends, you know, any game you can think of, any other game has a better community than Naruto Online does. Because there's too much money involved, and everyone just ends up being a piece of shit because of it. Like, it's just greed. I feel like greed is the reason why everyone is the way they are. And I'm not saying everyone is to blame, but I'd probably say a good half of the community is terrible, and the other half is, you know, good normal people. But I feel like I finally fucking said everything I had to say. I don't know what's gonna happen. If you made it this far in the video, thank you for hearing me out, and I'm sorry to let you guys down that I can't really do YouTube anymore. You know, I'd hope that I can get some kind of viewership again on Twitch, and that was the whole idea, was to do Twitch, get a viewership, then go back to YouTube. And this video would have come out no matter what, even if it would have came out in 2020. But it's just gonna be stuck in my mind, and if I get this fucking video out there, then it's gonna be one less thing I have to worry about, because I've been thinking about this video for months. And honestly, like, if I'm expected to stay on Twitch, getting like one follow every few days, then even if I can attract like 1 or 2 more people showing up as much as they can, watching my streams, I'd appreciate it. And I know that putting this video out, like, it's gonna probably bring people who just want to bring shit and bring me down too on there. But, you know, I can handle it way better now than I did before, because I have way less stress despite everything. You know, it's fucked up, but, you know, I feel less depressed than I was for the past few months, for the past few years, with as much as I've gone through. Doesn't make sense, right? I mean, I'd figure I'd be more depressed in the situation I am, but I feel like a part of me is more at peace. I don't know, nothing really makes sense to me in my life right now. But I'm still trying to get better. I've been going to therapy. And hopefully in like a few more weeks I can only stick to 1 session, because I have a shitty health insurance, and I honestly don't think I can afford to do therapy for much longer. So I might have a few months more. I might have a few more months of therapy before I have to start paying and stuff like that. So I really gotta get this job and hope something works out. And yeah, I've never wanted money from YouTube though. All I really wanted was to just keep doing it and make you guys happy. So even now, I'm not gonna ask for donations, and I don't want you to donate. I feel like if I do end up getting donations, I'll probably end up just sending everything back. Because like I said, I just don't want anything anymore. I just want to leave the past in the past. And I just want to move on. But moving on for me feels like it's gonna be a new life. I'm not gonna be Kaizer anymore. I might not even be on the internet anymore. If I am, I'll just be like, anonymous, like a lurker. Because I don't know, like I really feel like I just I just wasn't cut out to be a content creator. You know? I just got caught up in so much shit and losing people who I thought were my friends and everything. It fucking hurts. It fucking hurts. Like, I feel like this video didn't go the way I wanted it to go to. Still feel like my emotions got in the way. And that's fucking that, but I know this video is gonna take a while to do because I know I put content behind the game just to show you guys the stuff I've been doing on Twitch. Sorry, there's not really voices though, because I wanted to put music so there wouldn't be a silence. And since I was talking over it, I couldn't really use the audio from the streams. But everything is on Twitch if you want to watch past broadcasts. Everything's there. I just want to say this is the last time I see you guys. Thank you for all the support throughout the years. So I just want to really say I'm fucking sorry for letting you guys down. But I just really wanted to make sure I don't waste any more of your time, because I can't come back to Naruto. You guys can say that I made this place what it is, and I made you guys play the game and enjoy it and stuff like that. But the place that I created, the community I made for myself, it doesn't feel like a community I belong in. It doesn't feel like I'm welcome. And even more so that I can't be on my own fucking public Discord and people are always after me. It's just not a life I want to live, That's why unless Twitch really picks up, I'm gonna keep doing it for as long as I can. So I'm thinking I can probably keep it up for a few more months, at least until I play through all the games I bought through the summer sale. But I feel like maybe next year, if I stick through everything and tough it out, I might be able to finally have myself a new life, and that life would be away from the internet, because now I reached that point where I just never want to be home. I don't really want to play games. I've always loved playing games and just could play them for fucking days and non-stop, but I don't know. My therapist still says that it's depression that makes it feel like I lost interest in everything. It makes sense because I always lose interest from everything, but I know I fucking keep repeating myself over and over, but honestly, I don't want to fucking end the video because I don't think I'll make another one. And I said I came back once in YouTube that I would make sure I never come back a second time. And that was mostly true to the whole Naruto thing. I just can't come back because it's a never-ending cycle. It'll be like 1 year apiece, and then it'll be another fucking 3 months shitstorm, and it'll be never-ending. And what's it to me at this point, At first, for a year, it was getting me by. Now it's 3 years into YouTube. If people are after me because of how much YouTube revenue I make, trust me, it's nothing. Even when I came back and I was spending thousands last year, I was making I was making like $200 a month. So, how are you jealous of making $200 a month? Go find a minimum wage job and in a week you'll make more. And think about doing a full-time job with YouTube for a month to get that much. It's crazy, man. I don't know why people are fucking jealous and petty, Alright, now I'm probably gonna be repeating myself, because I know I've been repeating myself a lot. But, I did forget to say, in this spring college semester, I had to drop 2 classes, but the other 2 that I kept was because my professors promised me I'd get incompletes, which would mean I'd have over the summer to pretty much make up any work and get the grades that I deserve for whatever I submit. But one of the professors said that he wanted the request, but then the person in charge of the department or his boss, she wouldn't allow it because I missed too much work and I just I couldn't bring myself to do it, but I got it and it really messed me up. And then the other professor, he just I don't know, he kind of like vanished, so I'm not even sure if I did get that to fall through or anything, but I haven't contacted him or anything like that, so I'm guessing he didn't reach out to me when I asked him in person to tell me if I did get it or not, so I'm guessing I didn't get that either. So yeah, the whole semester was basically thrown away too. I pretty much wasted $4,000 on that for nothing. I'd need 2 semesters to finish college, but I don't know how long I'll be able to delay that and see what happens. But it's just a ton of disappointment is the moral of the story. Because when I was really trying to get someone after I got abandoned. It's just no one could help me, not even college. They have a lot of programs, and my advisors and all the people I spoke to, they said like, yeah, I could go here, here, and here, talk to these people. They might help me with the semester. They might do this for me. Nothing ever got done, and I spent a whole week going from person to person, building to building, floor to floor. Nothing got done. So, it's like when I finally decided to go out and get help, because I've always just been against getting help. I don't know. I just didn't really want to get help from people because, it just seemed like people were always after me, and I don't know, I guess it's just over all the years of people always making things worse. I just never wanted to count on anyone for help. So if I couldn't do it myself, I would just, I just knew not to expect anyone else to help me or to do anything. And yeah, I just couldn't get any help at all. And now I'm pretty much still alone despite all that. And just when I finally needed someone the most, like I just couldn't get anyone. But I finally reached that point where I just figured like therapy is the only thing I didn't want to try, and at the rate I'm going, it was gonna be bad. And some people may make fun of mental health and joke about it and stuff like that, but it becomes a joke until someone actually fucking dies. And it's just really, really not funny, but yeah, it's just been a terrible mess. Terrible mess this year. I don't even know what else to describe it. It's worse than a terrible mess. It's like a tragedy, It's like I should have called the video like the rise and fall or something. I don't know, because before I started YouTube, I was in a much better place despite being more suicidal, but by the time YouTube got done, I guess I'm less depressed, but I don't have anything that I used to have. So I don't know. I just constantly have a lot of mixed feelings. I really feel like I'm worthless and don't belong anywhere and just things like that. Yeah, I mean, I honestly kind of feel like, after everything I've said on the video, maybe I shouldn't have put the video out and not done it, but I feel like there's a few people, I wouldn't say all of them, that probably care about me as a person, but more about the content, but there's at least a good amount that's probably, I always watched all my videos from the beginning to the end, and probably even been wondering where I've been the past few months, and that's just all I wanted to do, was just to let people know the situation and to just say what the future is gonna be, which doesn't seem like there is one. Because it'd be even worse to make people wait more and more for something that would just never happen again. And it's just a damn shame, but it's pretty much everything that happened to me. I really don't want to fucking end the video, but I feel like I said everything I had to say. Video is probably gonna upset a lot of people. You know, I might fucking regret making this video. I might regret telling people everything. But, you know, I just feel at peace. You know, it's a fucking simple life for now. Just going to the gym and streaming, you know. So I've had to slowly try to get interest into things. Like I've been watching the anime Doro, and I've honestly really loved it. I give that anime a 10 out of 10. It's probably the best anime I've seen all year, besides like Slime. Um, and you know, it's like I'm slowly trying to get my interest back. I'm slowly trying to get back to being a person because I feel like I haven't been a person. Like I couldn't function for months now. So I'm slowly getting through a lot of things. And that's all I can say at this point is I've been managing. But one thing I did want to say was when I first quit YouTube, and I think I don't know, did I make a video saying I was quitting? I feel like I did. I think yeah, I think that was a video to the whole like death threats and everything else going on. There's one comment from someone that stuck to me and it sticks to me since that day. It was a really like touching paragraph that that person wrote. And I'm sorry I can't remember your name. And I'd rather not go through my fucking comments on YouTube. But the person left me a really good, like, heartwarming moment, like a whole paragraph. And at the end, he said, like, wishing me the best and hope you enjoy life. And at the time that I read that, ever since I read that enjoy life part, it fucking stuck to me. But it's like a sarcastic joke, like, you know, it's some shit I scoffed at. Like, I really read it saying enjoy life. Like that kind of shit, right? And it's ever since I fucking read that comment, it's been stuck to me every single day since. And I know I always say, you know, I can't enjoy life and I probably never will, but the truth is, you know, I've always wanted to enjoy life. I mean, when I was in high school, I wanted was to have a girlfriend straight from high school out of it, get married by the time I'm 21 and then, you know, have my own kids and start my own family because I never felt like I could belong. Everyone wanted to be like an astronaut or something, like some kind of career, right? But for me, I never wanted a career. I wanted my own family because I didn't feel like I belonged in mine. But my relationships didn't work out, and the girl from high school didn't do it, and then the two after that. So, you know, by the time high school happened, I gave it up because I had three bad fucking relationships, and realizing my life then, that's what led me to suicide before I got into YouTube, and then YouTube got me out of it. But now I feel like YouTube, I don't know if it would be YouTube necessarily, but I would probably say YouTube put me back into suicide because of all the people I've had to encounter and the people I've let into my life and all sorts of stuff. So I feel like I have nothing but regret. And yeah, there's good moments and memories I had of the game and everything, right? But it was a very heavy cost. I was doing something I necessarily didn't want to do for 2 more years. I've threw in not even thousands of dollars, but tens of thousands, and if you count the 3 years, at least $100,000 into the mix. So it was all a fucking heavy price, and you can insert your fucking endgame memes or Thanos memes, but what did it cost? Everything. And that's how I feel. Like it YouTube ended up costing me everything. But I still have a fucking foolish hope that I wanna I wanna do video games for a living. I might be stuck in some dead end job when I get one, because at this point, like I said, I'm taking anything I can get. I would have needed I would have needed the same job I had, but I couldn't get it back because I got replaced. And I was promised another job, which was supposed to be more paid than the previous one. It's been 2 months, still no response. So they said it would take 3 months to respond, but I probably wouldn't expect to get a response until February. Not February, what the fuck? August, maybe September. And I still feel like I'm not gonna get a response. So at this point, I'm taking whatever I can, and whatever job I can get now, it's not gonna. It wouldn't afford the place I was renting because I was paying 3,000 a month for rent. So it just is what it is, man. Like I feel like this year is my atonement, and you know, even if I Didn't deserve it all. I'll just fucking say I probably deserved it all. I just hope that nobody else has to go through anything like I did. Because, you know, it really feels like the person I was is dead, and I don't know. Like, everything just feels like it cost me my life. Like, I really don't have anything to get me by my day, you know? I go to the gym. As soon as I wake up, I spend 4 hours there. I come home, I'm dead tired for a whole hour, and I literally just fucking lay down on my bed. Just sitting there because I can't fucking move. Then I'll shower. I'll like procrastinate or bullshit a couple more times, and I'll stream. And you know, when I was streaming on Twitch, I was doing like 12-hour streams, 15-hour streams at a time. Now I'm still doing like 6, 8-hour streams. And you know, even if it's for 1 or 2 people, I'll still do it because I just don't want to be alone. And for, you know, the people that are always there, it's like, you know, I honestly don't get why the fuck they want to watch me. Because I really feel like I've always been a terrible content creator. Like I feel like my videos weren't really effort enough compared to the stuff I see with like crazy edits and stuff like that. Like I knew that wasn't something I could do, especially with Naruto Online because it's hard. Like, you know, it's just a flash game. Like there's really so much you can do without over editing it and making it feel like it's just, I don't know. It wasn't my style, I guess. That's what I can say. I've always been good at talking, but I don't know. I can say that I always wished for good for everyone and tried it, even if it didn't seem that way. And I'm just sorry for fucking everything up and letting everyone down. And if I did something to wrong you, you know, I can't be sorry enough now. And I know that, like, you know, I wish I could have a new life. And I mean, like, a new life, like reincarnation, even. Because I don't feel like I have anything else after this. But, you know, there's no undoing what happened this year. I tried fixing everything that I could fix, and I couldn't fix a single thing. So now I'm on my own. I'm just living. And once again, to repeat myself, just thank you guys for listening to this, whoever watches this video. And I'll be on Twitch for as long as I can. You know, I hope I end up staying on Twitch, but it's just really hard for me right now. So, just in case, this is goodbye forever, YouTube. And for people that are quitting Naruto Online because of me or not playing it anymore because of me, honestly, like, you're doing the better thing. Because the game is shady and the company is shady. Don't trust anyone what they say or what's happening. And I was originally gonna wait for the 3rd anniversary to do this video, but my Adobe package that I used to do videos for and everything, it ends on the 16th or 15th or something like that. So I had to basically record this, and the longer I wait, it's just inevitable. Like, it was inevitable for me to get this video out. I can care less what the people who are gonna be offended will fucking tell me, because I'm not gonna see them or talk to them anyway. So they can think what they want of me. Like, they don't think anything of me anyway if they left, right? So I don't really care what they have to say anymore. I just want to move on, start something new. So I really don't want to fucking end the video, but I've also been just doing 1 meal a day on the keto diet, and I'm really starving. So I really have to just go and work on getting this video out. So I'm hoping that you guys see this video on the 1st because I recorded it then, but I don't know if I can get this video out on the same day as I recorded it, but I really want to. Because the sooner it's out there, the better it is for me. And whatever fucking happens from the video, I can care less. Like, I've said everything I had to say, and Just wish things were differently, but God, I really don't want to end the video. I mean, you guys know, but I haven't said what's up, guys, since literally February. I haven't, not even on stream. Like on stream, I'll say what's up and whoever's name, but the whole what's up, guys, ended up being like an intro. One last video. I feel so rusty at this and so bad about it now. And yeah, ever since I quit without saying anything and left, it was on my mind. YouTube, Naruto, all of it. Still is. But I really can't bring myself to set foot on this game again. And yeah, I mean, with the game itself, I fell behind. But for good, guys. Sincerely want to thank all of you if you made it this far in this video and you saw the whole thing. I've said everything I wanted to say, and this is my atonement, I guess. And I'm sorry for everything that I did. But mental health is a fucking serious thing, especially when people deliberately make it worse for you. And if you care about me or just want to watch whatever content I do, then Twitch would be your only source for it, unless maybe in the future I find a place on YouTube again. But I did consider just deleting everything here. And the other consideration I had was to make a new account, you know, make a new YouTube channel, new Twitch, but streaming for 0 people for a year doesn't sound appealing. I mean, that would just keep me off from streaming, because Kaizer was like the 3rd time I got into content creation. First time was RuneScape, when Twitch TV was a beta after Justin TV, and then I got into FIFA 14, and then now this stuff was the 3rd time I ever did it, and I can say I probably never want to do it again from the beginning. At this point, I just want to fucking live and try to enjoy life, you know? I still hope one day I find... I always was stupid enough to believe in my wife, you know? Like the one, the girl of my dreams, or that I always thought about. I thought she'd be my cure for depression, because I knew I'd be depressed my whole life, but I thought that my wife, she'd be the one that gets me out of depression, because she'd make me change the way I view life and the way I see things, and everything I'd go through would be worth it for her. And I'd give her the world, like, you know, I'd work myself to death to provide for her and my kids. I'd never be a fucking deadbeat father who leaves his girl, gets her pregnant, and makes her a single mom. Like, I'd never fucking do shit like that. No matter how many times I want to fucking end it, I don't want to end it, but yeah. One last time for good. Live Moss and stay free to play.